Sometime last year I was walking through Costco and decided that I wanted to have some cereal, and the cereal that was on sale at the time was Special K Red Berries. I had never had it before, so I bought some, took it home, and really enjoyed it. So much so that I actually made a very special vlog about it, and thrust it upon Dan and Brandon, who had to try it as well. It's good. I like it a lot. But as it turns out, there's a bunch of other flavors of Special K, and I've never tried those. So today, I thought it might be fun to try all these different flavors of Special K. Because there are, in fact, at least from what I could tell, 7. There's 7 flavors of Special K. Red Berries is just one of them. So why don't we get started and try some of these out? Now there's all these flavors, but I'm gonna start with one that's just simply labeled Original, since I thought that that might be a good place to start. I've never had this. It doesn't have really any sort of scent or any taste, which makes sense because it is simply a toasted rice cereal. AKA, there is nothing going on here. This is a blank slate for you to have your most wonderful cereal desires. I'm realizing I should probably only pour small bowls since I have to eat 7 bowls of cereal. So I'm gonna try just a little bit of this. I've got some milk here. Just pour a little bit. I'm gonna be honest, I can't expect that this on its own will be terribly good. I know that there are people that eat like extremely plain cereal. I've never been one of them. There is no taste here, which again is not unexpected. It melts in your mouth. Like, it's so light and airy. There's so little to it that it really does feel like it's just melting in your mouth. When I was younger, I would eat Rice Krispies with sugar. And this kind of reminds me a little bit of those. And I think with a little bit of sugar, these would actually be pretty good. Yeah, that was, like, it's obviously very plain, and they kind of expect you to put something in it. But that was good. I was expecting a little less, and it kind of surprised me. I'll wait till the end to pass judgment on all of these, but pleasantly surprised. I think next up I'm gonna go with one that looks similar. The protein box is also blue, and it says Original Multigrain Touch of Cinnamon, Sweetened Wheat, Rice, and Soy Flakes. So even though these look similar, I think they're gonna be considerably different than Original. Let me pull one out here. Completely different, not even close to being the same. These are much harder. They also don't really have that much taste. They taste a little bit more like cardboard than those. It says a touch of cinnamon, and I really gotta stress that it's a light touch. Like a very, very light touch. If they wouldn't have told me there was cinnamon in it, I'm not sure I would have detected it myself. But how does it do in milk? Some cereals are different once they're in milk. So let's give it a shot. It's not like I expected these to be great. There's a lot of times stuff that's like, this is like a protein product, does not taste super good. But I did kind of expect them to taste better than the Original. They don't. And that's saying something, because the Originals, like, they don't have any flavor at all. These, they're not bad. They're really not, but like, you'd be hard pressed for me to say that these are good. Again, I did not hate these, but I really feel like they probably could have used a little more than a touch of cinnamon. It probably would have helped them not taste and look like cardboard. I think next up I'm gonna go with the one that I have had, the Red Berries. And it's been a few months since I've had these. So this will be a nice reminder of exactly what these taste like. So let me have one of these flakes. Okay, so the density is somewhere between the Original and Protein. The Protein are pretty tough. These are a lot easier, but they don't melt in your mouth. They're definitely sweeter. Like, whoa. After having had those other two, like, these are very sweet. But the big difference is that also inside are strawberries. And the first time I ever had these, like right out of the box, they're not very good. They really need milk. Because they're kind of gummy and weird. So let's put some of this in milk. Much better. I'm basing that completely on the fact that there's more sugar in it. But it's a lot more palatable to eat a cereal when it's sweet. The strawberries really need to touch the milk. Like, you definitely want to add enough milk that it's covering the strawberries because they kind of have to be, like, reconstituted because they're very dry. But as long as that happens, it's pretty good. This easily became, like, one of my favorite cereals last year. And having another bowl just now, I'm like, yeah, this is good. I really like this. The strawberries supply just enough tartness to what would otherwise be a not overly sweet. It's not anywhere close to like Cinnamon Toast Crunch or anything, but a relatively sweet cereal. Overall, very good. I really like this. And it's clearly better than the other two. So because of that, I'm really excited to see what the other flavored ones taste like, because the other four are much more similar to this one. Next up, I'm going with the purple box, fruit and yogurt. It smells very good. It says crunchy wheat and rice flakes with oat and fruit clusters and yogurt coated clusters. So let's try one of the normal flakes first. I'm inclined to say that the flakes in this are identical to the one in the red berries, but I think the one in the red berries were a little sweeter than these. I think these have just a little less sugar on them, which would make sense if there's clusters in here. I have to find a cluster. Kind of hard to find a cluster. So this must be one of the yogurt clusters. It's just a little tiny thing. Very crunchy, very good. Nice little bit of sweetness. I think that's why the flakes themselves don't have as much sugar on them, if I'm right about that. I think it's because some of the sugar is being provided by some of the other stuff. It says that there's also oat and fruit clusters, but I can't seem to find any just looking in the box. So let me shake this up and then just pour a bowl. Oh my God, sorry, this thing is the size of a marble. Good Lord. So I did see a few of the fruit clusters. Like, here's a tiny, tiny little one, but like, not many. It was mostly the yogurt clusters. So if you're hoping for a lot of fruit, I wouldn't expect that. Like, the front of the box seems to show that there's a relatively even distribution of both. Not really. Maybe I just got unlucky, but I just got like really huge chunks of yogurt and a few pieces of fruit, and that was it. That is very good though. I'm not sure how I'm gonna feel when I get to the bites that have these giant pieces of yogurt, but I like this a lot. I think there's still a part of me that misses the tartness of the red berries, but some of that tartness is in here when you get the little pieces of fruit. It's just not as much as you would get if you were just buying the red berries one. It is funny, despite like being less sweet, like the flakes being less sweet, the cereal overall I think is sweeter than the other one because of the yogurt and everything. But it's a very good cereal. Next up, vanilla and almond. Crunchy wheat and rice flakes with almonds and vanilla. Let's try one of the flakes first. They taste pretty similar to the last one, the fruit and yogurt ones. Maybe a little sweeter than that. As advertised, there are also slivers of almonds. Tastes like almonds. Let's see if the milk will help activate some of the vanilla flavor, because I'm not getting a lot of that. In the bowl that I poured, I think I got like one almond. Oh, two. I see two 2 slivers of almond. The vanilla flavor is there, but it's pretty mild. It's not a very overtly strong vanilla flavor. It's not that I have any huge problems with almonds, but it's probably my least favorite nut. And having it in stuff, I'm just kind of like, it doesn't really add a lot for me. If you like almonds, then, well, I don't know if you'd be super excited because there's not like a ton of almonds going on, at least in this first bowl, but this was fine. It's sweet enough. If you like nuts, there are some instances of nuts in this, and it tastes a little bit like vanilla, but certainly not as strong, I think, as like the fruit and yogurt one. All right, so opposite of vanilla is chocolate. Chocolatey delight. Oh, this smells like chocolate. Wow. Crunchy wheat and rice flakes with chocolate flavored pieces. So it's just got chunks of chocolate in it. The flakes, this is such a weird thing. The flakes are bigger? Like the flakes are physically larger than some of the other ones we've had. That's odd. Oh, the flakes themselves are flavored for sure. I guess that's chocolate. I guess that makes sense to me. Honestly, having one of the flakes out of this now makes the vanilla flakes stand out more as like, oh, that was vanilla. All right, let's, well, there's supposed to be pieces of chocolate in here. I do not see a single one. Like, at all. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, I've spotted one. There we are. There's a little chocolate nugget in there. Okay. I would say that's certainly darker than milk chocolate, but not really what you'd picture in your head as like dark chocolate. Let's pour a bowl and hope that we get some more chocolate pieces than what I'm currently seeing. I think we got one, and we also got the world's largest flake. Let's see just a few more in here. There we go. Now, you don't necessarily need to be taking bites of the chocolate itself to taste the chocolate flavor, because like I said, the flakes themselves are certainly flavored. They taste very different than the other ones. Yeah, that bite was just flakes, and it tastes chocolatey for sure. Now, mind you, it's not the same as if you bought like, I don't know, Cocoa Pebbles or some other really chocolate-forward cereal. But is there something there? Yeah, there's definitely something there. Let me have a bite that has chocolate in it, like a big chocolate piece. It's honestly kind of a weird mouthfeel because the flakes are, you know, crunchy, easy to chew through. And then you get a piece of chocolate and it's kind of hard. It's not super soft, so you have to like bite it and you're very aware that it's there. Different than some of the other ones for sure. I'm not entirely convinced I like that. Overall, it's definitely not bad, especially if you really like chocolate. Personally, I don't usually want chocolate for breakfast. That's not high on my list, but you know, it's certainly not terrible. And last but certainly not least, we have cinnamon and pecan. Crunchy wheat and rice flakes with pecans and cinnamon. Okay. It smells very cinnamon. Quite cinnamon, especially considering that the protein ones we tried earlier was a touch of cinnamon. This feels like it's going to have a lot more cinnamon in it. Yes, definitely. Much more detectable cinnamon. Now, much like the chocolate box, I'm having a hard time finding a pecan. Oh, I see a tiny, tiny piece in the back. I imagine it tastes like pecan. It does. Now, I do like pecans more than almonds, but, I mean, to be honest, in either case, I'm not a huge fan of having nuts in cereal. The distribution of the pecans did show up once I poured it out, though, so there are at least some pecans in here, which is good. It's pretty good. I'm also a big fan of cinnamon cereal, so a little biased. I'm gonna have a spoonful that has 2 pretty big pecan chunks in it. A nice little variety, but I can't say it's doing a whole lot for me. I will say, I wish this is what the protein ones tasted like. barely taste any cinnamon on those at all, but these, it's very clearly there. Just the right amount of sweetness. So now that it's all said and done, I can say I've tried all the Special K, at least all the flavors that were available at my grocery store. Let's make a little tier list. I already know protein's going at the bottom. I wish I didn't have to do this. The fact that it's a protein cereal is good in case you want cereal and want to have an extra source of protein. But flavor-wise, there's not a lot going on for me here. I'm not a huge fan. I think in front of that, I would probably have to put Original. Original is, I mean, it's a blank slate. There's nothing going on here. You are gonna have to add your own stuff, unless you just really like the taste of air, in which case, it's fine, leave it alone. I'm gonna do Chocolatey Delight. I didn't care for it. I don't really love chocolate cereals. It's not high on my list, and then also, the little chocolate chunks are so different from the crunch of the cereal that, I don't know, it's like too different for me. So I didn't really love that. I'm gonna go Vanilla and Almond. Better than the Chocolatey Delight. Not bad by any stretch of the imagination, just like, there's not a whole lot going on, and I don't care all that much for almonds. Then, Cinnamon and Pecan. Very good. I like this one a lot. I thought it was a very good cereal. The cinnamon is present, which is more than I can say for the protein one. After that, fruit and yogurt. Fruit and yogurt was delicious. I liked that one a lot. The different clumps of yogurt and fruit gave a sweetness and a tartness, and I would say that it's one that I'll probably pick up on my own in the future. And that does mean that my winner is actually the one that I've had before. And there is a reason for that. It's not just, oh, you've had it and that's what you know, you have nostalgia for this thing that you've been having over the past year. I truly think this is the best flavor. The reason I think that is that it is sweet enough, but also has the right amount of tartness from those strawberries. The other thing that's very strange is that I opened this up and I could see strawberries in there. I had a hard time finding some of the other, like there was barely any chocolate in this one. Finding some of the nuts in some of these other ones were difficult. I could see just plenty of strawberries in here, so it's at least distributed well. And I like the flavor of it. I think that it's really, really good. So more than anything, I will continue to eat Special K, and I'll probably continue to eat red berries and occasionally pick up fruit and yogurt. But that's it. This was fun. I enjoyed this a lot. I really, really like cereal. And when we were at the grocery store and I was putting this stuff in my cart, Mal thought that I was a crazy person. And that's okay, because I was like, no, I have a video idea, and it's not like I won't eat these. I'll finish all these up. Probably won't even take me that long. If you have a cereal that you think that I should try, let me know in the comments. I might give it a look. Especially if it goes on sale. If it goes on sale, I'm there. Okay, I gotta get these back into the pantry somehow. Thanks for watching. Let's meet back soon, shall we?